wonderful good morning to a new week. I'm just making my breakfast. I am heading towards the hospital for my pre-check-in. So I think we do all the paperwork today. So when I check in to the hospital on Thursday morning, it's all already done. That's how I understand it. That's what I assume. So, do I need anything else? No, I just packed my book and that's pretty much it. What's my reading goal for this week? I want to read The Wicked Saints. I want to get through that before I go to the hospital. Second try. The first try was a few weeks ago and I just wasn't in the mindset for it. So this is my second try, but I'm restarting it as a buddy read. Then I want to read Strange Magic. This was sent to me by the Willowbeak Book Club and I want to see if they fulfill the prompt that I asked them to do, and I will start with that today as well. I think I'm going to do that on audiobook, half audiobook and half reading it, and I'm going to spread that until Sunday. Then I want to read Today We Go Home. This is a Once Upon a Book Club book, so meaning I have gifts to open together with that. So I want to read that after hospital, but probably not in hospital. The How and the Why, simply because this is an arc and it already came out and I want to get through it. And I want to give away the arcs that I read in my 12 Days of Christmas giveaways. So this needs to get done. And I'm going to read that in hospital. Sunday, we're starting December. And if you've been following my channel, I do have quite strict monthly TBRs. So I usually don't really go away and add other books unless it's really like a big thing. I stick to my TBRs that I set, and that means that my TBR that I had set for November, everything that I haven't read until Saturday is just, I'm gonna have to put that on another month's TBR or whatever, but Sunday no more. And I have started setting my TBR for December, but I am not 100% sure yet, so I don't know what I want to read on Sunday. Monday and Tuesday, I still have a lot of things to do at work because these are the last 2 days I'm going to be at work for this full year. Friday, on Thursday morning at like 5:30, I have to catch the train to go to the hospital. So, let's go to the hospital right now for this pre-check-in, and I'm going to be reading The Wicked Saints on the way via audiobook and then there in my physical book and switching it back and forth. So let's get going. So I'm done in the hospital. It only took, what, like 2.5 hours, 3 hours? Everything's done, so on Thursday I just have to get in and it's go time. I'm on my way back home. The rest of the Amazon packages have arrived, so I can film the unboxing later. Yes. And aside from that, I have a lot of work to do today, especially because I am going to be back home in like already the afternoon. I haven't done shit yet today, and I need for this today to be a full working day because I have so much to do and only 2 days left before I leave, and I need to close out everything because I'm going to be gone for what, like 5-6 weeks. I am getting ready to unbox. Yes, I am so looking forward to this. Oh my god, in this light my lipstick looks really pinkish. That's a lot more pinkish than I thought it would look. I think I might need to find a more brownish one. Okay, so I just went shopping with my son, got back, and I still have to do a little bit of work, but I'm going to start unboxing first and then I'm going to go back to work. That's what I'm doing. But first I'm going to find a lipstick that looks a little bit more brown and not as bright in this light. Much better. So let's get to it. I am done filming. I put up the books beautifully in here and some on top, and then the rest in my big TBR shelf. But I'm done unboxing and filming, and I am looking forward to reading all of them. I have to get back into The Wicked Saints. I read the first couple of chapters. I had to reread 2 again. I don't know why it's taking me this much to get into this story, because once I get it, I'm loving it, but for some reason my mind keeps wandering to, like, you know, different places, different times, whatever. So I don't know, it doesn't make sense. This is a story that I should love and just eat up, and I'm reading every chapter twice to understand what's going on. I don't know. I hope it gets better. So I do like the setting. I'm liking the characters. I like a lot about this book at this point. I am half listening to the audiobook, and I don't like the accent that the narrator is doing, because at one point they're talking about having accents, but then the narrator chooses to do the same accent for them both, even though they should have completely different ways of speaking. So yeah, that's the only thing. I'm tired, but the book is so good. I don't know why I keep drifting away in my mind. Probably now because I'm tired, to be honest. But before that, I don't know. I don't know why I was drifting away. But the book is so good. It is exactly the morally gray characters. It's not really morally gray. It's characters that believe in what they're doing. They believe in what they are doing is the right thing, and what they're doing doesn't necessarily work for the other main characters. So you can see different sides of the same situation, and all people aren't necessarily wrong or right, and I love that a lot. This is like my main thing that I love, when an author really gets that, when there's not black and white, when we understand that the villain feels like he's the hero and the villain has a reason for doing what he's doing. I like when that's done well, and I have a feeling this could be a book where it's done super well. I am hoping to finish this within 3 days and actually remembering stuff and not having to start over. This is so horrible. I hate this so much. I have this a lot where these areas here are grayish and it looks like makeup spilled. See, because it's dark here and then it's light here, and it feels like this must be the dark makeup dropping, but it's not. When I pull this, you can see it's not. It's just my skin being weird AF. So I look like I have messy makeup, but I don't, and putting concealer on it and stuff, it does not work. I hate this so much. I hate my dark rings. All right, but let's get that makeup off and go to bed. Good morning. I feel like such a mess, to be honest. It is my last day of work for the full year, and I feel like I still have so much to do. And I have slept really weirdly. I had some weird dreams. Like, I remember waking up after, in my dream, somebody hitting my car, backing out. So I was passing them and they suddenly backed out and they hit my car, and then instead of stopping or anything, they pushed further and my car totally broke, and then they drove away, and I was trying to pick up my phone to take a picture of their license plate and remember the license plate, but even as they drove away, I realized I wasn't quick enough, and I didn't take a picture or anything. So, and then I woke up being really angry with myself for not remembering the license plate. Have you ever had a situation like that where you had a dream and you woke up emotionally like so invested that you're still angry with yourself or disappointed in yourself or something? So that kind of feeling still like is creeping on me, like I don't know. All right, so I have a lot of work to do today. My plan would have been to read this week, but I haven't finished Magic Study, which I was supposed to finish last week. I need to get through this. So now I'm struggling because I was fine with the reading plan for Strange Magic this week, but my issue is that I now have too many books that I started, and I'm wondering if I should really start another book or if I should just fight through and finish Magic Study. So my issue with Magic Study is I am really enjoying the story, but for some reason I'm reading that incredibly slowly, and I'm quite worried that if I continue trying to read it, that it will impact all the other books that I'm reading this week. So I kind of wanted to prioritize the other books and then go back to Magic Study. So now I don't know what to do, to be honest, because I'll have another started book. I already have Franklin Love, which I'm listening to when I have nothing else in my when I'm driving. I need to close out some books, so I have to make a decision. Maybe I'm just gonna read one chapter and see where it leads me, if I want to prioritize this over Magic Study. Yeah, let's do that. Oh my gosh, I am so hungry and I can't eat. I cannot eat, and I am so sick of the sweet protein shakes. I need something like not sweet. So I'm trying to figure out how to make something with ingredients that I have here, like garlic and tomato. Isn't that bad, is it? It's a good start, but again, only liquid. So let's try and make something like a gazpacho. I don't know. It's not really my favorite thing, but I'm probably gonna love it because it's not sweet. So let's try and do something. I am now putting in my out of the office message saying that I will be back beginning of January. Crazy, huh? I am through chapter 12, so roughly a third of the book, and I am loving that we're getting to know more about the gods, about the magic system, which to me is very unique. It is sort of a chosen one, but not in the common sense of the trope at this point. Well, not from the gods, but like she's a cleric and she's given powers by calling on the gods, and they do ask kind of a sort of an obedience from her. I do really enjoy how this comes together. We're not rushing to get to the next action because we had our fair share of action already. We are really just looking at getting more into the characters, getting more into the system, and I am really enjoying that. So let's read a few more chapters and hopefully get to 2/3 before I call it a night. Hello and good morning, my lovelies. It's not even morning. I slept a couple of hours and I already did a lot of stuff today. Going to the chiropractor, going to the post office to pick up a parcel. We have a new perfume, which is just amazing. I do look completely tired, so I'm not really in a look to go and see people, but I really want these to be done before I go into the hospital. I already packed, so all that's left to do when I come home and I have new nails is film my 12 days of Christmas giveaways, film 3 unboxings, and edit 3 vlogs, because that's so gonna happen today, all of it. Just let's see that I can rush through everything that needs to get done and have an early night, because tomorrow morning at 5:30 a.m. I'm gonna have to take a train to the hospital. Oh my god, I'm so nervous. I can't even. I am so incredibly nervous. I mean, I know everything's gonna be fine. They do that like all the time. It's a routine thing. It's laparoscopical, so it's not very invasive. I can go home after 2 days, but still, I'm nervous, very nervous. But it's gonna change my life for the better. I'm really looking forward to my life after it. I had this epiphany on Monday when I was shopping with my son. That was an epiphany. I was standing in the grocery store, and because I currently am on protein shakes in preparation for the operation, I did not have to think about my meal plan. And in the past, I actually felt like I completely enjoyed shopping, so I never felt like shopping was a bad thing. But it felt so relieving not having to think about having to make good choices, not having to think about the calories that I'm consuming. So I just realized how much pressure I was putting on myself every single time when I was planning my meals, every single time I'm going to the restaurant, even though sometimes I'm good and sometimes I cave and sometimes I indulge or whatever. It is the principle that eating, as much as I enjoy the taste in my mouth, eating is stressful for me. It is something that is very close to triggering a form of anxiety, because I am putting so much pressure on myself to calculate the calories, to calculate the carbs, to calculate the protein, so I'm on the right side of the numbers with every single meal. And it is so much that's going on in my head when I'm thinking about what I'm gonna eat this week. So every time when I'm in a grocery store doing my weekly shopping, I feel that pressure. I feel that it's stressful, and standing there being completely free. It's not like I was thinking, oh, I'm gonna eat something else. It's not like I was thinking, oh, I'm gonna go out, because then the stress is still there, because you can think about, oh, I might take a few apples so I have a healthy snack at home even though I'm going out for work, etc. Oh, I have to buy some nuts so I have a healthy snack in my suitcase. So all these things weren't there either. It was just a simple, I do not have to calculate calories and calculate my meals. So and going forward, for at least a while, at least 4 weeks, I won't have to do that either. I will have to think about food, obviously, and I will have to think about what I'm putting in my body, and it still needs to be good choices, obviously, but it's different because my body will help me limit the calories anyways. And if I just make a healthy choice, I don't have to count the calories anymore. So in the past, I would have to count, oh, how much vegetables have I been eating and how much meat have I been eating, so I don't go over 1200 calories a day. But now it's like, oh, let's have some chicken and broccoli, and I can only eat this little, and that's fine. Or let's make a broccoli soup. With like the normal healthy choices, I will not have to calculate. I will not have to stress about it anymore. And that felt so freaking relieving. It is so hard to explain that to somebody who isn't going through weight issues, who isn't going through trying to live a healthy life because they are having issues. It's very hard to put into words the kind of relief that I felt on Monday in the supermarket. And I came home and I had to cry for like half an hour because I felt so much relief that I don't have to stress about counting anymore. Yeah, I guess I better stop talking. I'm really excited for this operation to help me with that relief that I felt. I'm hoping to feel that for the rest of my life now. Food is always going to be an issue for me. I know that. I know that I will always have to watch what I'm eating. But not having to stress about it as much, not having to battle my being hungry versus, oh, you already had 2 meals and you were at the 1200 calories mark. It just feels so good. It feels so good, and I'm really hoping that this operation, this surgery, will do that for me. I have never talked about this openly, and I'm so afraid of being misunderstood because I had so many wrong images about gastric surgery in my mind. I always thought it was the easy way out. I always thought it's for people who can't discipline themselves. And I did not know. I was ignorant and I did not have the knowledge to make that judgment. But I completely did, and I shouldn't have. But now I'm afraid that other people are gonna do to me what I did to them. I'm a bad person for it, I know. And now I'm afraid that people are gonna do the same thing to me. And maybe I deserve that for being a horrible person and judging them. It's not an easy way out, not at all. And I was not aware of all the medical history. Well, history might be the wrong word, but all the medical background that goes into why this might be a good choice. And it's more than just limiting my food intake. It's so much more, and I did not know that. So far I haven't been talking about it that openly because I am afraid that people don't know and people will judge me, and I should just not go there in my head, because it's okay. It's okay. If people don't know, they won't know, and if they don't want to know, I don't need these people in my life, right? Let's stop this now and let's just go get my nails done and get ready for the operation. Presentable again, well, when it comes to my nails. Now I want to find something for my vase or like some flower to put on my shelf behind me, where I do the Christmas giveaways and for my parents to enjoy when they come over. So looking at some plants. So I have some wonderful items that I can place in this corner, and now I'm gonna go take a shower because ew. And once I'm cleaned up, I have my makeup on, it's gonna be a filming marathon. It's already like 8 p.m. but I still have the 5 unboxings and the Christmas giveaways to film, so I'm not thinking that I'm going to be able to read. And I'm probably going to film all night. I can sleep in the hospital. I don't know. Probably not the best choice. So let's get this over with and catch some of these and not worry about reading for an evening, right? Unboxings are done. I am setting up for the Christmas giveaways, and you have to see this beautiful setup, way better than the Christmassy setup last year. Last year was very typical Christmassy with like the reds and stuff, but this is way more my style. Yes, there it is. So cute. I love this. I had a lovely lady at Depot help me pick it out. I can just stare at it all day. I'm so behind my reading. My friend who I'm buddy reading The Wicked Saints with just finished as per our schedule, and I'm like not even in the middle. I'm hoping that I have some time to read in the hospital to actually finish all the books that I wanted to finish. All right, so let's film the Christmas giveaways, and then I still have to film some close-ups, and then we're done. We're not going to be able to edit. I'm going to have to find a way to get my son to edit, or hopefully I'm going to be back home on Saturday, and I will have time to edit then. So my bags are packed. I'm ready to go. Health, skincare complete. I'm ready to sleep for a few hours. I'm so nervous. I'm not sure if I can go to sleep. And I have not been able to do all the things that I wanted to do today. I think one of my New Year's resolutions has to be I have to learn to set more realistic goals. I'm gonna stay in the hospital for 2 days, and I've picked like 4 books. I'm so afraid that I'm gonna stay a day longer and not have a book. It's ridiculous. Yeah, I'm all over the place. So I would be quite surprised if I would catch any sleep tonight. I'm nervous about how much I'm gonna see in the operation room, because I will only be put under once I'm in there, and I hate that. I hate that so much. I'm scared of what it's gonna be like when I wake up. Am I gonna be in pain? Something going wrong? Am I gonna wake up in the ICU? I'm so scared. I did not know that I would be that scared, honestly. But I'm looking forward to the results. So I'm looking forward to my life after. I still have to, I have to go to sleep, and I'll have to leave that mess to my son and my parents. I mean, there's still some things that I would want to clean up, but it's not gonna happen. And yeah, what did I do? I filmed all the Christmas giveaways, but obviously I didn't edit them. So if I stay in the hospital longer, I'm not gonna have time to edit them in time to start beginning of December. So I did phrase everything so that I put the dates in the description box, so I can still adjust. And I haven't edited any of my vlogs, and it's 3 vlogs, and when I come back from the hospital, that's the 4th one. So I wish I could be at a point where I'm more up to date with my vlogs, and I'll have to find a rhythm for that. I'm really excited for my job next year. So there are some changes at my work, and my assignments might change, and I'm really excited to see where that's going to bring me next year. And just thinking about traveling, not even from like an what I'm doing perspective. From a what I'm doing perspective, this is super exciting, and I'm super looking forward to it. But also from a traveling perspective, this might be a change. So far, I've just been traveling inside of Europe, and this change could potentially mean that I will be traveling a little bit outside of Europe. So I want to take you on this journey. I want to take you to what I'm doing, and I need to be on top of my vlogs if I want to do that. So either I'm going to find somebody who is willing to edit my vlogs for like real cheap, because I can't afford like a full-time editor, or I'm gonna have to find a way to edit them in time. Okay, let's stop talking. Let's go to sleep. Good morning. I'm ready to go. I'm in this situation a lot that I'm standing in front of my door, ready to go really early in the morning, but never like this. So I am super nervous, but I did end up sleeping quite a bit. So I feel a bit rested, a bit, not completely rested, but a bit. So let's get going to the hospital. So much hectic in the morning. When I arrived, they were like, "Oh, you're quite late." I'm like, "No, I'm 10 minutes early." Apparently, they have pulled my operation 2 hours. So instead of 9:30, it's going to be at 7:30. Doesn't help my nerves, to be honest. Now everything, like all my vitals were taken in quite hectically. She was still thorough, so but it just felt rushed. Now I have half an hour to wait. I'm gonna see if I can braid my hair a little to just have that out of the way when I wake up. So it is a little after 1 p.m. and I have gotten up for the first time. I've gotten sick after getting up, but I've gotten up. For some reason I have like this blue stuff on my face, and the nurse just asked me if I painted myself with like some pen. Like, I was pretty much out until now. So yeah, this is like the contrast stuff to check if my stomach is has any hold before they stop the operation. So it's almost 4 p.m. I've been moved to a different room, and I am with a lovely, lovely lady, but she cannot stop talking. And I'm like, oh, I need to rest. I need to sleep. Breathing still is hurting, but yeah. So, little update, I'm feeling a lot better. Even though I'm still in pain, it's getting a lot better. Just trying to get a Jeffree Star mystery box, which was just a big fail. When I finally had reception, I was in the queue again, and then I got bumped out of the queue because of a shipping rate update, and I got back into the queue, and then it was sold out. I'm still blue. I can read again. Haven't read anything today. I'm so far behind on my November reading. All right, let's try and read a few pages for today. I think that's a good way to kick off my new life. I really do enjoy the characters. There's a line that I just want to share with you, and it says, "This was worse than any hangover Seraphin had ever experienced, and he always kept track of his hangovers and how badly they hurt. He had a list." And I mean, in this context, this is just, I don't know. I love how this fleshes out the character and how the whole character comes together like this. There's just something about the reading experience that I don't get into it as much as I want to, but well, I'm gonna have to pull through it because the plot and the characters are amazing. I never had that issue, and it's kind of weird because objectively everything is right, but somehow just doesn't, you know. So I got to page 224, and I'm really getting into it right now. The reading experience that I just said is missing. It's here now, but I'm in so much pain, so tired. I need to go to sleep. I wish I could do like another 1-2 chapters, but health first. Good night. Well, good morning. I just took a shower, and that was really, really good. It felt amazing that I can take a shower on like the day after the operation. I'm feeling a lot better. I think I'm healing quite well. I can sit up. I did the shower all by myself, and that the day after the operation, I did not expect myself to be that fit that quickly. um, Last night I wanted to, after I put down The Wicked Saints, I wanted to listen to an audiobook to fall asleep, because it was like 10 p.m. and I still, I was tired, too tired to sleep, and my room neighbor, she really wanted to sleep, and she didn't say anything, but I didn't want to keep the light on longer. And so I looked for an audiobook that doesn't need my concentration as much as The Wicked Saints would, and I still had Frankly in Love, and I finished it. So, yay! I am assuming at this point that the representation is done well. Under this assumption, this is a 4-star for me. I can see how some people might not like it, because it does say that it is kind of a romancy story, saying from being pretending lovers to real lovers, but I feel like it is packing so much more into this story. Yes, this is about Korean Americans and about racism within the community as well, and but especially in the second half of the book, I feel like there's a lot more layers, and this can go very, very different to people who expect just this prompt. So I can see how some people might not like it. I think at one point it just went too far. We have one little thing that hits that diversity thing, and that happens at the end. That was completely unnecessary, because it didn't add value to the story. It didn't change anything. It was just, it felt like it was just there so that they can claim a diverse character in this book. And I didn't like that. But other than that, I really enjoyed it, and I enjoyed the look into an immigrant family, and there were some quite important things said, like why are the kids still being considered Korean Americans and the white people not European Americans, and just this view that is very different to what I know, because growing up in Europe, as a white woman, I have not had any encounters with these kind of things. So yeah, that's kind of interesting. So it's now 7 a.m. Or 7:15. Nurses are doing their rounds. I'm gonna see what I'm gonna do with my hair. It's actually not that bad, but I don't want to leave it open in bed. And then I'm gonna start reading The Wicked Saints again before my room neighbor gets out, hoping that she will stop talking. Yeah. But I have a feeling that even if I'm reading, she might talk. So, wish me luck. So I am done with chapter 22, and I am liking this development a whole lot. This is so good. I'm completely in it now, and I just think that the development could be really, really amazing and unexpected for me. I'm assuming that a lot of other people probably don't find this surprising, but because I wasn't in the story as much before, I feel like I might have not seen this development coming as much as other people might have. And by that, I don't mean something like a big plot twist coming up or something, just a development and explanations that are gradually woven into the story that you pick up on. I have to say, I still am not 100% happy with the relationship between Malachias and Nadia. I feel like it's a little bit mixed up and weird, and what we just read in chapter 21 about how they, or was it 20? In chapter 20, how she thinks about him, I think is really, really good and crucial, but it's being overshadowed by some actions that go too much into we're forcing you into a romance kind of thing. Yeah, but overall, it's good. It's really good. I like the morally gray characters, and I like how they are truly morally gray, not only seem morally gray, and then are way too black and white. Here, everybody knows they're doing the right thing, but they're not working for the same thing, but they might in a way, and it just, there's so many different layers of wrongness in this, and very, very little layers of, ooh, I'm a hero and I'm good. There's no layers of that, and that is so refreshing and nice. I am getting really, really tired right now. It's like 11 a.m. I'm getting really tired, but I want to read another 2 chapters before I fall asleep. Let's see if I can do that. So I did it. I finished this baby finally. It took me way too long. So what's the final verdict? It's tough to say. So I did enjoy the characters, but I feel like they could have been a little bit more cohesive. I think there were a few things where I was like, okay, that isn't 100% true to character, or especially for Nadia, things that were a little bit annoying in a way that I feel like it didn't make sense that she reacted that way. Other than that, I did love this. I did love the setting. I loved the overall plot was really well done. The writing, I believe, was just a little jumpy at times, and that's why I might have had the trouble of really getting in and staying in it into the story. There was some romancy bits that I felt were completely unnecessary. It didn't drive the story at all. The story didn't benefit at all from it, and it just felt weird at times. There were a few thoughts that Nadia had in her mind about the guy that I felt were very good, about like, oh, why should I trust him? Why am I developing positive feelings for him? And that's all good. But she could have stopped at developing a trusting friendship, and that would have had the same effect in the book. And yeah, I am quite excited to see where the whole storyline is going. I'm not as excited to read it. And I've never had this with a book, that I loved the story, loved the characters. I love how morally gray it is. There is a tiny bit of sass and snark that I like, with a few quotes that I actually wrote down that I really liked. And I love how morally layered it is. There's pretty much no good guys, I feel like. It's not very clear from the beginning how this turns out and how this world works. I think the magic system is brilliant and amazing, and I love it, but still I couldn't get into this reading experience that I love. So I'm not as excited about reading it, the second book, but I want to know what happens. So that's a tough one. I'm still giving it, but it's going to be a 3.5 star for me. So since I'm leaning a little bit more to 4 stars, I'm going to go with 4 stars, simply because the setting and the plot and the morally layered characters I need to reward with points. Okay, so now I have strange magic to get into, and I'm in this weird stage where I'm between I'm wide awake for the first half of the chapter, and then suddenly I'm drifting away, having a lot of issues staying awake. And well, if that continues to happen today, I'm not going to get far in here, but I'm going to try to get a few pages done, and then hopefully I can finish one more book tomorrow. Hey, good morning. So I started reading Strange Magic last night, and I'm actually getting through really, really quickly. I am surprised how good this is and how I'm not really into the witch stuff right now, but this is a little bit different. There's a mystery, and it's not just, oh, we're witches. There's a witch museum, and the main protagonist is kind of, oh, well, I don't believe in this stuff, and I want to bulldoze the witch museum that I inherited. And then they go on a sort of quest together, and together with the manager of the witch museum, and it's quite interesting. And the way it's written, I'm getting through this really, really quickly. As you can see, I'm almost half through, and I'm hoping to almost get through it by the time I get home today. So far, I'm liking it. It's okay. It's probably not going to be my favorite, but it's absolutely okay. And now we have to see if the mystery is really much of a mystery. On a personal note, I feel a lot better. I'm going to be able to go home today, just waiting for my friend to pick me up. So I am back home. My friend picked me up and I am lying down. I'm exhausted. I have a fango thingamajig in my back to heat my back because my back is hurting so much. I got to page 209 in the hospital, which is pretty much halfway through. It's even a little bit further than halfway, I believe. And now I will turn on the audiobook and see how much further I can get. So last night I finished Strange Magic. I have to say it is a lot less paranormal than I thought it would be, and for me that was a good thing. I really enjoyed it. It was a lot less dark. It was a lot less mystery. It just felt like these cozy British reads, which is not necessarily my cup of tea. For me, there was not enough suspense, not enough thriller, mystery kind of thing. I did like that this book handled paranormal activity in a very skeptical way, so that I enjoyed a lot. I'm not sure who I would recommend this to. I'm really excited to see if people who like paranormal books actually like this. I'm not sure, because it is so skeptical and non-paranormal, and at the same time it is paranormal. It's very hard to describe, but yeah. So but it is a fun read. I am very confused why Willoughby recommended this to me. So why did they send it to me? I wanted snarky, sassy characters like Spike in Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and even though the banter between the two main characters was fun, it was far from being snarky, sassy, like Spike. So I do not see this recommendation as being according to my prompt. All right, so this is it for November. November is over, and I have not read as much as I wanted to, as always, but I am okay with what I achieved. Now, because I am going to be home all of December, after I'm going to be on sick leave for 2 weeks, and then I'm going to be on vacation for another few weeks. So I have a lot of time for reading. No Christmas markets for me either after the operation. So I have a really, really tough reading plan. I would have to read around 320 or 330 pages a day, which is probably achievable, but it's going to be really tough to achieve that. So I'm going to start by finishing off Magic Study. I have another 216 pages in Magic Study, and I just moved it to my December TBR because I do want to finish that book. Because it is a traveling book and I only have a month and I need to send it to the next person, I really do want to finish it as well. My parents just left. They're going home and I'm on my couch. I have such a pain in my back when I'm breathing, and I'm just hoping that I can read a little. Well, I guess sick leave is there for a reason. So I finished Magic Study. I have to say it is a 3 out of 5 stars for me. It could lean more towards a 3.5. I'm actually enjoying reading this a lot. So the reading experience is really great. But technically I have some issues with this book. I have a few character developments that don't make a lot of sense to me. There's a few just the character traits, how they're explained, that don't make sense to me, and a few things that are just a little bit too convenient and confusing. So usually I have the situation that I find a book technically good, but I'm not getting into this reading experience. And this is exactly what happened with The Wicked Saints that I read earlier this week. Here it is the exact opposite. I like the reading experience. I like sitting down on my couch, cuddling into a blanket and reading, and I just fall into the story. But I just then get up and I'm like, nah, no, that doesn't make sense. So it is a 3 out of 5 stars for me. It's 10 to 10, and my plan would be to start with the how and the why. I'll see if I can get into it, and if not, I just won't bother tonight, and I'll just go to bed. I still have in quite a bit of pain, and that is exhausting me. My hair needs to be washed really, really badly, but I can't take a shower right now because I still have these things from the operation, and I need to see the doctor tomorrow morning, and then I finally get some painkillers, and hopefully she can give me something so I can take a shower. So I read 9 chapters up to page 93. Oh shit. I'm pretty much at where I wanted to be today, which is awesome. I hit my today's goal. This book is very, very easy to read. It's very interesting. We're following this girl who has been adopted, and we are reading a few letters from her birth mom, who is giving her up for adoption, to her, that she can read at her 18th birthday. She hasn't gotten them yet. I don't know if she will, but it gives us insight into the how and the why she gave her up, which I think is quite interesting. So far it's a very quick and easy read, and a lot of fun. It's very engaging. It's very I do understand the characters. I get the characters. I get a connection to them. So I'm actually excited to finish that tomorrow. But now I'm gonna go to bed and hopefully get some proper sleep. As the week is over, I'm quite happy with the results that of this week. Considering that I was in hospital, had surgery and everything, I think I read quite a bit, and I'm really looking forward to the next couple of weeks and see how much reading I'm going to get done in December. All right. So, oh yeah, I totally did not upload the giveaway today. I was not in a state of sitting at the computer. So basically I've been lying on the couch on my side or on my back, and like my back is hurting so much. I'm so glad that I can go to the doctor tomorrow to get some painkillers and just talk about this back pain. But when I sit up, I can only sit up for like 10 minutes. Breathing is hard, etc. So sitting at the computer and getting the giveaway video ready was not an option today. I am hoping that it is going to be an option tomorrow, hopefully after taking a shower. This is so disgusting. So, all right, this is it for this week, and I hope to see you again next week. Bye.